25% less than what they would have given to a male counterpart. So you learn to negotiate every step of the way. You know what it is you're worth. So go for it. Don't let yourself be shortchanged.
Okay.
Patience.
Thank you. For so long, we've only paid lip service to the issue of diversity and inclusion. We need to understand that women deserve to lead. We're not doing women a favor when we include them. Women are talented and capable, and they can actually bring value to the organization when you include them in leadership. Till we begin to make the bold changes that are required to create the kind of environment that we need at every level, in every facet of our lives, we'll only continue to pay lip service to this very important issue.
Casandra.
Okay. So I'll also end by addressing the question that was posed about what I've done as far as career development is concerned. So I think that one of the very first things I've done is I've always sought mentors, and mentors that can give me developmental feedback. I actually actively seek feedback on areas that I'd like to improve, and I don't necessarily like to hear the things that are just nice about me or things that are, in relation to how I balance aspects of my life. Sometimes I really want feedback on technical skills I want to improve upon. Secondly, I take risks. I'm constantly seeking growth, and I knew that about myself. So I also knew I wanted to get married. So when I sought a partner, I sought someone who would understand my ambitions and was supportive of those ambitions. And sometimes I know it's a struggle for him, but he knows who he married, and he's having to deal with it.
So he cooks for you sometimes.
So seek a true partner if it's the route that you want to go. I think thirdly, just sit at the table. If any of my coworkers are here, they'll tell you I ask 1,000,001 questions, and I have opinions about everything, but I always listen. So I would say that, even if you don't think you can do it, as I quoted with the statistic earlier, where you think you need to have everything lined up before you step up, sometimes jump into water before you learn how to swim, and you'll figure it out. So those are the things that have helped me, and hopefully they help some of you today as well.
Lucy.
So I think I'll also touch on that question of what I've actually done myself. People always say that if we want anything to change, it starts with us as individuals. If we want the boardroom to change, we want companies to change, it starts with us changing ourselves. And in addition to what everybody has said about what they've done personally, I think when we talk about diversity and you find yourself in a position where you're in the minority, in this case we're talking about women, but you can be a minority in any environment. You could be working in an environment where people from your part of the world are not there, and so on and so forth. You will come across a lot of detractors, and I have more than enough to spare. For everyone who cheers you on and says, well done, there are probably a few others who are busy saying, well, not as good as I thought it would be. You have to really determine and learn which voices you listen to. You can't listen to every single voice. There can be people who tell you things that are not great about you constructively, and those are good voices. But there are voices who tell you things about yourself purely to get you down. Don't let those register. Words matter, they count, but don't let them register. Focus on who really is there for you and believe in yourself to keep going.
Okay, so growth, inclusion, and women empowerment. We've heard so much today. I won't even try to summarize what we've done with all the things that we've said this morning. I'd like to leave you with a small statement made by Isabella Allende, who is a famous Chilean novelist. She said that if you empower a woman, the family, the children and the family are better off. If the family is prosperous, the village prospers. And if the village prospers, eventually the country also prospers. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your audience.
And ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our amazing panelists and moderator. But let me take a picture with these young women, these young girls. I'll show it to my 2 daughters that they should grow up to be like them. Please, one big one. Sergeant Lee, please take a picture of us. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause as we celebrate these great women. A positive example to our young daughters, our wives, and we say we salute you. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. Now, last week I had the pleasure of hosting the African Institute of Mathematical Sciences, a conference to launch the operations in Ghana. And ladies and gentlemen, in the whole of Africa, do you know where the best brains for mathematics is located? Well, it's in South Sudan. Guess which gender is 70%? Ladies. You know why? In South Sudan, they say maths, engineering, the sciences is for the ladies. Literature, history, politics is for the men. And ladies and gentlemen, you should see the figures for what they have been able to produce. I believe that the greatest tool for any nation's development is the empowerment of its women. And so we here gathered as CEOs and great business leaders would make sure that we drive this agenda, won't we? All right. In a short while, we'll break for coffee, but before that, let me just read to you a few announcements. Fairmus Advisory Limited is a leading business consulting service provider in the field of market compliance, market research, and trade development. Fairmus was engaged by the Ghana CEO Summit to take feedback from you CEOs, exhibitors, and sponsors to help inform future program outcomes. The team will be coming to you with their tablets for a short interview lasting no more than 5 minutes. I did mine a short while ago. The summit organizers will be glad if you could grant them audience to help make this summit better. And so, ladies and gentlemen, you would receive text messages notifying you to confirm your participation at this conference. Please do well to confirm so that we'll have a proper record of attendance. Last but not the least, Salad Master Micro Health Limited. They show you how to prevent and reverse lifestyle illnesses such as cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, among many others, through food and not medicines. They do that through the special cooking system, which cooks without oil, without water, and without fat, and helps to maximize up to 93% nutrients in the food. They seek to book an appointment with you by visiting your home to show you a detailed presentation. For more and further inquiries, visit them at their stand outside. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to introduce the CEO here to you, Madam Irene Boite. A round of applause for her. And so we'll go for coffee break just to digest all that we've had so far. It will last no more than 12 minutes, 57 seconds. When we do come back, you don't want to miss this very insightful presentation on Brexit, sustainable development. And ladies and gentlemen, brace up because the second part would even be more than the first part. Bon appetit. I'll see you shortly.